Yeah, so if you want to play with me, feel free to send a challenge. But I said I was going to play the sequence. Let's see if I can find this name. Here we go. Sequence 420. So earlier, this opponent was asking me about Stafford, how they always play, I think, F3 and C3. And then I said, challenge me. And now here we are. Let's play this move. I have to remember my Stafford prep. D3. D3 is a good move. So White's playing like a very, very solid line. I think my main idea is to go for F5. Maybe get a pawn cube. F5 looks reasonable here. Yeah, there's some idea to play F4. Like, White looks very, very solid. Which is probably just true, but there's still room to poke and prod. I know this is rated too, so it's going to be a serious fight. And casting is interesting. Yeah, I'll go for F4. It's F4, there's... I might be provoking this move, which I won't complain about. And if takes, I take with knight. Enjoy the dark squares. Oh, I ordered a London fog. Yeah. It's a steamed tea latte. Earl Grey tea. Yeah, the knight's enjoying life. Very tempted to play this move, which has a few purposes to it. A few other moves to consider. Oh, let's go for this. So one of the ideas is to play queen a5 and just swing over and start attacking on the queen side. A lot of people are asking what I'm going to be for Halloween. And to be honest, I'm going to be traveling. So I don't think I'll be dressing up at the airport. But maybe I'll bring my swan mask. Masks are required at the airport, so not sure if they'll allow that though. Okay, so yeah, the reason why I played Queen G5, not only to prepare this, but also there's a funny idea to take on E3. There's also like, let's start with probably 92. But this looks more fun to take on E3. Forcing this. And then play 92. What do we call this? This is like it's a discovered pork.
Hi Eric, how have you been?
Because it's a pin, a fork, and a discovery. Discovered pork? Did I discover a new tactic? I mean, there's the dork and the pork. But I don't know how to combine all of them into one word. Okay. Well, this is pleasant. Now I'm up a queen. Or a knight. White could have played king d2, but then I would have eventually won the rook. A Padork. Yeah, I recently had a YouTube video called something like a new chess tactic, and it came from a similar line in the Stafford. It was a dork, but this is an even newer chess tactic. Yeah, let's go for the queenside storm. Not too afraid of white's discoveries. I am a little bit afraid of this knight, though. Move back. So if a4, I'll play b3. And if takes, take back with pawn. Use the a file. Looks like files are guaranteed to open. Yeah, my opponent was clearly prepared in the opening, though. And white was objectively better. But this seems to be a storyline with Stafford is like you get us a bit worse position, but it still offers a lot of practical value. A lot of trickiness too. Opponent wants to double up. The knight does defend b2. So I need a few more things to help out. Yeah, the a pawn's enough. It's a pawn that breaks a camel's back. Allowing
Who
white.
suggested it, but Disco Pork is absolutely top tier tactic name.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait, what? A disco pork. Oh, a disco pork. Like a discovered pork, but disco is short for discovery. Oh, that's a top tier name. Who came up with that? Who was the first person to say disco pork? Someone said discork. Disco. Oh, a lot of people said disco pork. Oh, I wasn't looking at chat. That is a pretty amazing name, though. A disco pork. Oh, now I want to Photoshop like a pig in a party with a disco ball. Oh, I can queen. I could also pull a Fabiano and make a bishop. Ah, I had auto queen, but it's mates. Okay, I'm happy. Thanks for the game. Yeah, that was pleasant. Yeah, so this queen g5 move kind of set everything up. Usually you don't want to align your queen with the opponent's bishop. But this was an exception because I was setting up the disco pork. And white had to be really careful here. Because if there's so many ways to go wrong. If takes, I don't get the pawn cube, but I go for the dork. This is a double check dork, discovered fork. Oh, engine just says d4 and white's much better. Yeah, I guess if white avoided the tactical issues, then the position was still pretty good. I was also going to share, because before we played the game, my opponent had said in chat that they usually like to play c3 or f3 and c3, which is good against bishop to c5. c3 is a fine move, I believe. But I was slightly hoping that after bishop e6, my opponent would play c3, which is here a blunder because after this, queen e2, I played bishop e6 to not be pinned, and now I can take the rook. But my opponent didn't fall into that. Anyway, thanks for the game. Equens 420.